Live with Lottie back again, because keeping going with this 4 Asian speakers, professional speakers of Singapore. What's hot? What makes a hot show? I'm building these shows up for you, and as a little library that we can share with Ladies Go Live and all of our tribes around. And today, my next guest today is a very special woman that I met at an event, at a Daniel Priestley event here in Ireland, and connected with all these amazing, wonderful women and men that were there. And you know, sometimes you just meet someone and you just go, I've got to talk to this woman. And we ended up sitting next to each other over dinner, and hearing her story made me go, this is a woman I need to talk to, because she goes live and has thousands of people watching her, but nobody knows, because there's a very special reason why. So let me bring her on and welcome to Live with Lottie. I'm using the wrong mouse here, technology. Welcome, Niamh McCarthy. Hi, Niamh.
Hi, Lottie. How are you?
Fabulous. Thank you very much.
Good.
So, Niamh, now, normally you do this kind of thing in nice little private secret groups, don't you?
I sure do, Lottie. Yeah.
And this is your first time actually being a guest for somebody else, and this is the beginnings of you bringing the help that you give in the world to the public, isn't it?
It is, Lottie. I'm going live and I'm going public. So I have been going live for over a year now in a kind of what I created. It's actually called a Safe Space, which is a closed group for women living with chronic illness, where I provide a lot of one-to-one support in that community, and it's a place where women connect. So
that's on Facebook, Niamh, isn't it? The Safe Space.
Yeah, the Safe Space is a closed group.
Closed group on Facebook.
People.
So I'll tell you what, why don't we kickstart this today? Because we're going to be about 5-10 minutes or so, folks.
Sure.
Let's kickstart it with hearing, what do you do, and why was live a great tool for you, Niamh? And I'll just pop you up on screen while we hear your story.
Great. Okay. So what do I do, Lottie? I am a medical coach, and what I do is I support women who are living with chronic illness. Regardless of what phase of your chronic illness journey you're at, I support you to work through the search for diagnosis after you've received a diagnosis. I support you when you need to grieve and need to accept a diagnosis, and to create new norms in your life. So the work that I've been doing over the last year has been a lot of live, Facebook Live work in a closed group, as you said, with wonderful, wonderful women. So I go in there regularly and I do lives. And I've built up a really great community of women who have connected with each other, because when you're living with chronic illness, a lot of people suffer from isolation. They feel really, really lonely and they don't know who to talk to. And I've created a Facebook group where they go in and they talk to each other. Those clients also work with me on a one-to-one basis. But for me, going live was such a big deal when I started a year ago doing Facebook Lives. I was coming across, I guess, as being quite nervous. And I was transitioning from a career of corporate for over 18 years. So there was a corporate part of me coming through on Facebook Live. So I've used my safe space to support women, to provide them with tools and techniques, and also for me to learn how to become really, really good at doing Facebook Lives. And now I'm not saying I'm really, really good, but I'm a lot better than I was this time last year. And I'm ready to go big with this and send my message publicly out to the world via Facebook and doing lives.
Niamh, I love the fact, I've just actually put a comment down below to say, for people who are watching us now, to let you know, because I know that you've had nerves and fears about doing this, because it's always been in a private space and in the safe space, your public group. So how are you actually using your live shows to help the women that you do? And while you explain that, viewers, if you could just let Niamh know with big thumbs up how much you love her and how fantastic she is, because she, like, we'll hear the kind of views that she gets, and you will be flabbergasted shortly. But Niamh, tell us, how do you help people within your group? Tell us your story of what happened to you and therefore where you're at right now.
Okay, cool. So I live with multiple chronic illnesses, and the majority of them are invisible chronic illnesses. And my chronic illness journey started when I was 13 years of age, and I lived in a children's hospital for over a year. I had very, very significant heart surgery, and ever since that point in my life, I have I've traveled a path which has been very, very long, very, very emotional, and very challenging, with multiple diagnoses. So in the work that I do via Facebook and Facebook Live, I share my journey with the women whom I've connected with in my community, and I am warts and all. So I go in and I will do Facebook Lives on the days when I'm in bed flaring. So I live in flare cycles, and every 12 weeks I'm actually quite ill. My appearance will change in terms of my face could be really, really swelling up, it could be swelling down. And one of the illnesses I live with, it affects all my organs. So I have very rare inflammatory disease that causes tumours, benign tumours, and high levels of inflammation throughout my body. So within my closed group, I share all of that. And I share everything in terms of my coping techniques and all of my NLP and my coaching skills with the women in there, to provide them with the tools and the tips that they can use to actually enhance their lives. And I also then work one-to-one, and I do group coaching sessions as well with women to help bring them on that journey. But I suppose, Lottie, just in terms of my story, I spent years and years and years living with chronic illness. And I was at a point, probably in my very early 20s, when I just went, there has to be more. There has to be more than just hospital stays, being bedridden, taking medication, talking to different counsellors. There had to be more of a holistic approach to help people to improve their lives and create new norms. Because when you're living with chronic illness, you constantly have to learn how to normalise your life all over again. Just when you think you nailed it, sometimes the door can just close it on you again. So I support people to go through that journey, how to create new norms for themselves, to live a happy and fulfilling life in spite of chronic illness. So I often refer to my ladies as chronic babes, because we are all chronic babes. Everybody in my community is a chronic babe, you know. And
I love that. I love that. The chronic babes. I'm a chronic babe as well.
Yeah,
it's the back pains, the past pains, the cancer aches and pains that are here more than anywhere else.
Yes.
That I know you also help people. It's not just the physical pain, but it is the mental strife that people go through in their illnesses as well, Niamh, isn't it?
The mental strife is absolutely enormous, Lottie, that people go through when they're living with illness. And I've been there, and I've come through the other side of it. And I've come through the other side of it via coaching. And I coached with my mentor, who's trained me as a medical coach in Israel. The mental blocks and habits and where people become stuck when living with illness is absolutely huge, because often we run out of fight, we run out of steam, and we're frequently trying to renormalize our lives, whether you've lost your job, you know, your financial status has changed, you've lost your identity. You know, a lot of the cancer patients that I work with, I mean, it can be more visible when they lose their hair. For me, last year I had massive surgery and I lost a couple of very important organs, which was really difficult for me to come to terms with as a woman. So it's going through that loss and that acceptance, and it's helping people. You know, like I was talking to a woman yesterday, and she's been living with chronic illness. She's a one-to-one client. She's been living with chronic illness now for 32 years. And it's only now she's starting to realise there's other ways that she can live her life with me, by creating new habits and even learning how to talk to people and really effectively explain the help that she needs. So often we get stuck and we focus on everything that we can't do. So it's actually helping people bring them out of that space of actually focusing on what you can do, whilst protecting your energy and looking after your health, working with your medical team.
No, I love it. And I'm just kind of linking it back to thinking about speakers and people like yourself who may have been doing this privately and now are shifting. Because the other thing is, you were saying to me when we were chatting before, you actually came from a very serious corporate world, didn't you? So that's a story about how you started and how you've shifted now, and why live is the tool for you, that you know you can build a business and grow with live into the future, Niamh.
Live is amazing, Lottie. It is just like, it's global, it's worldwide. And it enables me to connect with people on this platform, because so many people are living with chronic illness and they necessarily can't always travel, they can't come to see me. I can reach more people to provide them with the help they need through Facebook Live. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I've had stats whereby, like, I've done closed Facebook Lives. And then before Christmas, I did one on my top 5 tips on how to live well with chronic illness. And I thought the viewings were okay. I thought my audience reach was great. But I was talking to somebody else and they said to me, I think you asked me, what was the view? It was over 9,000 people. And I just thought that was okay. Like, it turns out that's actually really good. So,
who out there, livers who are watching right now, would kill for 9,000 views in one of your first public shows? That shows the size of starting with a private community that you're building up as a true community for something that makes a difference in people's lives, Niamh. And that is what you're actually doing, isn't it?
It is what I'm doing, Lottie, and it's just amazing the connection that you can create with people through Facebook Live. I mean, people can see you, they can hear you, and you can even invite people onto the screen with you, which is absolutely amazing. So I can invite some of my clients on, or my followers, or people that are watching, and I can help them there and then if they have any specific questions, and I can provide them with tips. You know, so it's just amazing the reach, and you can take it worldwide. Like, I'm based in Ireland, but my client base is all over, and that is thanks to Facebook and to doing live speaking and public speaking. So I've just never felt more ready to go live than I am now. And I'm in a space where I think to go live, I'm not saying I've nailed it. I'm not saying I've nailed it, but I'm a lot closer to where I was when I started. You have to just be really open, and you have to be really, really vulnerable. So I find, in terms of going live, people connect with what I do when I'm just talking about me, or I'm talking about a story that people can relate to, in terms of when you're feeling really, really sick. I think to support people to live a better life and create new norms, you have to get what it's like. You have to get what it's like to live with a chronic illness in order to be able to meet people where they're at and help them change their lives. And Facebook going live is just amazing. I can't speak highly enough for it. I love it. And now that I'm ready to go public, I want to go everywhere.
We'll get you, and you're going to be on TV in Ireland soon, aren't you? Which TV show are you coming up?
Yeah, I'm going on the More in Dahi. It's an afternoon TV show here in Ireland, so maybe I can share details with you when I'm going to be going live there.
Yeah, please do. Which channel is it on? Just for people who are local who might be able to catch you.
RT1, the afternoon.
Or as they say, they're R's in Ireland. RT1. It's the BBC One of Ireland on RTE1, and that's the afternoon show. What time of the afternoon is it on, Niamh?
I'm not 100% sure yet what time my slot is on yet, Lottie, but I will share that with you, and we can share it out with the guys.
You can check, and we'll share it out. But Niamh, I love the fact that you have already given us. I was going to ask you, what's your golden gem to help people grow live who are wondering whether, how do I shift as maybe a speaker or a trainer, as a coach, from private to public? And you already said your number one tip is have that vulnerability as possible.
It's so
because what was you noticed when you shifted from being corporate Niamh into chatty Niamh?
So let me talk a little bit, just very briefly, about the shift. The shift of going from corporate Niamh to where I'm at now was actually quite a personal journey, because I had to, due to my own ill health, I had to give up a career that I had worked so hard for. But I was actually making myself sicker by doing the role that I was doing, because it was quite a high-powered, stressful job, and it was making me sicker. So I had to shift, and I had to learn how to step away from being corporate Niamh to creating a new norm for myself. And the new norm for me was creating my business of the medical coach and going off and doing my training and becoming really good at what I do. But corporate Niamh was coming through on the screen because she wasn't fully connected with what I was actually doing and the message that I wanted to get out there. So I was kind of torn, because I was going through an emotional roller coaster myself of grieving and losing an identity of my corporate career and stepping into a new career, which was, it's new territory. So it takes time to connect with your vulnerability. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about supporting people through the grieving and the loss process. Like, for me, that was a loss of my identity and my career. But that's brought me to absolutely amazing opportunities now to do something that I love. So in terms of going live, connecting with your vulnerability, connecting with yourself, you come across and people get it. They go, I get that. And it's so, so important because you're talking about something that you know you're good at, you believe in passionately, and you want to change the world to support people to make it a better place. You can't go wrong doing a Facebook Live if they're your actual values when you're going in and you just want, like, all I want to do is actually support people to help them live a better life, because people get stuck. And yes, life is tough and illness is so, so tough and it's so challenging, both mentally and physically. But there are ways that you can change your mindset and change your thinking to help you help have a happier, more fulfilling life. And happy and fulfilling means something different to everybody. It's transient. But I meet people where they're at and then we move forward to enable them to have that life.
Oh, Niamh, I love it. I love it. And we're already well over the 10 minutes, but hey, I don't really care because we started a few minutes late anyway. And I'm just loving listening to you. And I know we've got Stephen Downey here has given you a big thumbs up there. So Stephen's loving how you're being on screen and being the natural you. So Niamh, where will people be able to find you publicly in very short times to come?
In very, very short times to come. You can find me doing regular Facebook Lives on my business page, which I think we can share out here just to give people the link to that. So I will be regularly in there doing my Facebook Lives. No more enclosed safe spaces. So you can catch me publicly and you can get some really, really free, cool, good free stuff that will resonate with you on my business page. And also if you do...
And the business page is called Niamh?
Pardon? It's Niamh McCarthy. It's called The Medical Coach. It's Niamh McCarthy.
The Medical Coach.
Yeah, that's my business page.
And I think we were saying as well that as well as The Medical Coach, let me just hide the names here, as well as The Medical Coach as your business page on Facebook, you will be setting up The Medical Coach TV with Niamh McCarthy TV.
I will. I'm actually going to do, sorry, Lottie, yes. I am going to do that today because I have a lot of good stuff that I need to put up in there. So what I will do, guys, is I'm going to actually I have some really good trainings that I was doing in my closed group, and I'm going to share those out publicly. So they were recorded a couple of weeks and a couple of months ago, but really good content, really quick wins for you. In terms of kind of learning cool new things and how to live well with chronic illness. So I'm going to share those out into my business page and into my new TV channel, and I will be going in and I will be doing more and more lives as well. Lots of really cool free stuff.
And of course you can share this over there as well, Niamh, once we're done, and I'll put all the posts above and below, folks. You can find the links and everything from Niamh. And here's me going the chronic pain in the back. But also, I know as well, Niamh, that a lot of the work that you do and the hope and the help that you share with people is because it's a lot to do with mindset. It is relevant whether you're suffering from angst, whether you're suffering from bereavement, whether you're suffering from mental pain as well as physical pain. So please, everybody, do go and connect if you are one of those people who has a tough time and needs some extra support. I see April Roger is in the room here, and Sarah's here, and Karen O'Donnell from another two other fellow professional speaking association. We're going to get this woman here into the PSA, and that's part of the reason that she's here, sharing how she's gone through her journey of private to public, from going live to growing live. And last thing we need to do, Niamh, is just give a big shout out to fellow professional speakers of the world. Let me just put you on solo and big wave to all.
Hello guys, how are you?
Fantastic, because that's going to be at the end of the video there. So Thank you so much, Niamh, and Sarah Fox, you're going to get to jump on here within the next week as well. I'm going to nab you too about live stream legals and what you're doing with your shows. So this is what it's all about: connecting, growing. Niamh, thank you,
Lottie. Thank you so much. I've loved this. It's been so long.
And I've already gone off and joined the secret space group, and I will see you on the Medical Coach TV here on Facebook in very short times to come. Cannot wait.
Cool.
Right, see you all, folks. There's another guest joining later on this afternoon, so I'll see you again for more Live with Lottie. What's hot? Who's hot? And who are the names to watch for? Oh, yes, who do you watch, Niamh?
So, who do I watch? I was thinking about this. I'm in content mode at the moment, and I'm writing. So who I absolutely love at the moment, it's an oldie and a goodie, is Oprah Winfrey. Super Soul Sunday. Check it out if you haven't. It's fabulous.
Got to have the oldies and the goodies, and you can't really get much more of a bigger name than Oprah Winfrey. And I know you're creating, so you're not absorbing right now. You're not watching many live streamers, but when you are starting out, folks, watch. We had that tip from Aijang the other day as well. So, hey, I think Maria just jumped in the room. Oh, Sarah Fox is going. Okay, yes, we will see you, Sarah Fox, definitely. And again, thanks to Stephen for his big thumbs up there for Niamh. You are fantastic, woman, and can't wait to see you go live and grow live very soon, Niamh.
Thanks,
Bye.
Bye.